I do know this. My friend's sister went up in the space shuttle 3 times. So we really did go up in the space shuttle. That I could tell you happened like in the 80s and 90s, only because she said she was in the shuttle. Now, unless she was in a shuttle that didn't go anywhere and she was led to believe that it went somewhere, you know, I think that the shuttles actually went up and encircled the moon. And I kind of believe that's possible because we have airplanes that can go, I mean, they circle the Earth, but we have airplanes that circle the Earth. So why can't we have a shuttle that circles the Earth?
Apollo 11 was the shuttle that went to the moon.
Maybe. And then there was this shuttle that blew, not the shuttle.
Yeah, but then
the actual ship, because the Challenger, oh yeah, the one that went to the moon was like Apollo something. But then
11.
there was the one that blew up, and then there's the one that had the issue, and they had to nurse it back to Earth, and they barely got back.
So according to Google, which I believe Google, it's Apollo 11, Apollo 14, both went to the moon. How is that even possible?
They did not go to the moon.
Like,
what are you saying? They did not?
They went to Moon Street. Oh, anyways,
Moon Street, there you go.
Cleto, you were talking about this video.
You know, that was back in the 60s. People were doing a lot of drugs back then.
No. Yeah. No. You got to do the press
People
conference.
were like doing LSD back then. They probably gave that to the astronauts.
Yeah, they were probably very tired from the day working, what, 72 hours?
Right? They probably like put it in their food or something. They had a psychedelic trip. Maybe they were on magic mushrooms.
So what's going on, Cleto? You were sharing?
Check it out, Jorge. Okay, I'm not even gonna argue anything, but the farthest that we've gone out in space, like with the technology that we had back then, we've never done it before. Well, I mean, we've never done it again. Why haven't we forget the moon, but why haven't we gone past the moon? If in whatever 1969 or whatever we have the technology to go as far out as the moon, why haven't we gone farther?
Because it takes a ridiculous amount of gasoline.
Yeah, but we did it back then, so why can't we do it now? The farthest we've gone is
because the price of fuel went up and nobody can afford it, including the government.
No. The farthest that we've gone now is to like to
Good one.
To what we consider space, which is like,
right.
You know,
it's just a little bit higher than a jumbo jet.
Yeah. It's just like where the planes fly, but just a little higher. And that's as far as we've gone. And that's where the space station is.
Right.
So
how many miles from the Earth?
Years, if 60, 70, let's say 1970, that's 30 plus 20. In 50 years, we haven't gone past that with the technology that we have now. Just think that's just one argument. Why haven't we gone past that? And you're telling me that 50, 60 years ago, we went all the way to the moon and we were able to land on the moon and then to shoot up at the exact time with the gravitational pull to get that shuttle back to Earth? That's impossible.
I don't care what the calculations are that anyone ever made. It's just not probable. There's a 99% chance we never went to the moon.
It's not probable. And then all the photographs and all the kinks, like you can point all those out and they're true, but that's all like little things. But the big major things is we had to be exact to land and to get off and to get the gravitational pull to get back to Earth. It would have to be so exact. And they even said, oh, we're off. And they landed. They didn't land where they wanted to land, supposedly. They landed way off because they were off, but then they were able to like come back. Impossible.
Well, just look at this also too. how the hell were we able to show this thing landing and taking off? What gave us the ability at a time when television was still in infancy, for lack
Yeah,
of a better word? How were they
exactly.
able to broadcast from the moon to the
No,
USA?
no,
How
that's
is that
the
even
other thing.
possible?
Because
There's all
there's
these little
Wi-Fi
things.
at
You're
the moon.
absolutely right. The other thing is
There was
the
Wi-Fi at the
the
moon.
the footage would have burned coming back into the atmosphere. The footage would have burned because it's too hot to come back in. You know,
Right. But they showed us landing on the moon.
Live.
So
Was it
where
a
was
live?
that camera position that
Wasn't it
showed
live?
that? And then they showed us taking off. We'll look at it on YouTube. There's
Wasn't
a
it a
picture of
live
this
feed?
thing taking off on YouTube.
it's totally staged, bro. And it
I
was
think it was
because
live. I don't know, but I think it was live. So how did that
You were
camera
watching?
transmit how many
Newsy.
miles from the moon to, say, California? How did that ever happen? Or New York,
Yeah.
or to Cocoa Beach in Florida,
It-
where supposedly this all happened?
But weren't you watching Newsy?
No.
Oh,
hey Jorge, it was all because of the US against Russia. And we're
yeah,
trying
they're trying to
get one
compete
up
who's the
on
first to
Russia.
get to the moon.
Yeah, yeah, it was the space race.
All
But
right. So the space station.
and the only thing I'm saying is look at the press conference after when they
All right,
came
Cleto.
back, and
So-
you'll see the human emotions in their faces and
Yep.
in their answers, and then you can be like, oh, okay,
So Cleto.
there's something weird going on.
So Cleto, you're saying. I'll ask a quick question to Cleto. Then News, you can go. So Cleto,
So
you're
this
saying.
was probably the greatest Hollywood movie that was ever directed, because this is a Hollywood soundstage where
Yeah.
this all took place. And because you know what, you know how they got that fan to be, that fan, that flag straight out in the air? They're using a Ritter fan. That's what they are. They're just blowing the fan straight out so we can tell everybody that's the USA that went ahead and landed. Because look at it. Can you imagine if all you had was this? The flag was just drooped down. No one's going to know it's the USA flag. They had to blow that flag out. And the only way they did that was with a fan. They got a fan, they blew it out. We all worked on some, I don't know, I've worked in some big movies. They have everything from the Ritter fan to like the Hurricane fan. I mean, they have these fans that do it. And that's what happened. They just blew the fan. They just made that flag stand at attention. So everybody knew it was the USA that landed there first.
My suspicion is that George Lucas had something to do with that set.
You think so? I
Yeah.
think it was probably Stanley Kubrick. Did you ever watch 2001: A
Very
Space
blue.
Odyssey?
Yeah, you guys keep talking. I got to go change my light because now I turn really blue and that's not the real color of my skin.
Okay. So have you guys ever watched 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Yeah. I just look at like what we've done since then. We haven't even come close to getting as far as the moon. Like,
No, you're right. But you've got to go watch 2001: The Space Odyssey and watch the remastered version if you can. It was remastered by, who was the guy that directed the recent Batmans? Can't think of his name right now. But huh? No, the guy that also did Inception, the director. Anyway,
Chris Nolan?
Huh?
Chris Nolan?
No, who's the guy that directed Inception?
Chris Nolan.
Was it Christopher Nolan?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So he remastered this stuff. And you look at it, it's like, oh my God, if they could do that and make that look so real, fuck.
Yeah.
That's the lunar landing right there. It
yeah,
just looks so
I
real.
think the deeper issue is that a lot of people don't want to recognize that the government would pull
Lie to us.
It's not even that, but once I think about it, it's even 9/11. People think I'm like, okay, you're a conspiracy theorist. But for 9/11, for those towers to fall free fall, for them to fall at free fall speed, where the bottom of this of the foundation was not affected, It's like me dropping the cell phone. Like, okay, that's free fall speed because there's nothing under it. But if there's these iron beams that are just built to support these buildings that are so high and the airplanes hit so high, how is it going to just free fall down? There is no way it's going to free fall down at that speed. If
Do you think the airplane ever hit the building?
I
Oh,
don't
we're getting to
know
9/11 stuff now.
whether it was an airplane or whether it was a drone, I don't know. Everybody knows it fell, like if there was nothing under it.
Well, it fell because there were probably, if you ever watch a Hollywood movie and you ever watch an implosion of a building, they imploded and it comes straight down that fast. If you've ever seen that.
Yeah, but imploding would be an explosion, but there was no explosion. There was a fire. It was a fire. It was a fire. Right. And buildings on fire don't collapse. They don't collapse.
Right, but there's a theory that explosions were placed in the basement.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That which caused the building to implode,
exactly.
Not explode. Exactly. Implode just like in a Hollywood movie. And it looked just like a Hollywood movie the way it happened.
Exactly.
But I've seen YouTube videos, and I don't want to be the conspiratorist. I've just seen, because my friends have showed me, but I've seen YouTube videos where, you know, they had beams, metal, steel beams, every 3 feet on center. So if you ever built a house, on center means center 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet, 3 feet. Now, how did the nose of an airplane, which is actually a soft material,
the whole airplane is soft. The whole airplane is soft. That's how they can fly, because they're so lightweight.
Oh, hey, I want to ask you guys.
And the nose cone is almost like a styrofoam kind of material that's covered. So how does that go straight through the building? And there was some video that actually showed the nose coming out the other side of the building. Now, it actually showed that nose went out. There's no way the nose would have ever made it. It would have been crushed. It would have been crushed if it was going through. Now, I don't know how those motors ended up there or whatever that happened is. I mean, I haven't done a theory on that.
The strongest part of an airplane is the engines. That's the strongest part. Everything else is like, it's like this thin sheet of metal, because it has to be light in order to fly. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that could have like actually penetrated was the engines. And then they say that the fuel caused the metal to get so hot. But that how tall are those buildings? How tall are they? How tall were they?
Over 100 floors?
They're huge. So the damage happened up here, but the foundation, how far down does it go under the ground in order to support a building that tall? The foundation goes down even.
I think back then it was about 40 feet down.
Bro, even more, I'm thinking. It goes, I don't know, but the foundation is so strong. So anyways, let's say the top of the building is compromised, okay? It might tip over, but it's not going to free.
But there were explosions. There were an explosion almost every 100 floors. I mean, every 10 floors. Did you see the video? Did you see the video when it
That's the only explanation.
Yeah, I saw this happen live that morning. I was going to work, literally. I was supposed to have a job. I went to the gym. I came home. I turned it on, and one of them had already got. One of them, the plane was already there, and I watched that one go down. Then I saw the second one hit, and I watched that one go down. But there's so many theories that this was all a green screen.
Did you see that?
It was all done in green screen, and never ever happened. That the news was all involved in this and everything.
So did you guys see the building 7?
Oh, the one that as it suddenly exploded out of nowhere?
Yeah, it just collapsed, but no planes hit it. It was
wasn't that an FBI? Wasn't that an FBI building?
Yeah. So anyways, so the whole point is that people, they can't phantom that the government would lie to them, that they're like, oh, they just believe the narrative. You know what I'm saying? They believe in the narrative. But it's impossible, bro. Those metal beams, they're not just gonna collapse, bro, because the bottom of the beam is strong, bro. It's strong.
Yeah, but
so maybe the top will tip over, but it's not gonna go down like free fall. That's impossible.
So you haven't seen the replay, the video?
Yeah, but you can see the free fall in the Hollywood movies of how they just go straight down. But it's got to be due to an implosion through the detonation. It's not going to come
Exactly.
down any other way.
I
So
know,
it had
but
to be
did you guys-
detonated from the bottom.
Yeah, but did you guys see the video? There's
Which
a
one?
documentary right now. Well, there's a documentary on YouTube still there of how the towers came down, and they replay the same video from the newscast, like the same video. It hasn't been redone, remastered, nothing, but it shows in replay that a certain amount of floors, as the building is coming down, both of them, there are explosions, and no one can explain why they are explosions.
I saw those explosions as it went down. I remember this like it was yesterday. Because
Yeah,
my
but why?
friend's mother was the borough president of Queens at this time.
Yeah.
And I saw this happen. I mean, I immediately got on the phone with her and said, "Are you okay?" And her husband was trapped in the city. So my friend's dad was trapped in the city when this actually happened.
Hey,
So-
an audience wants to ask a question. There's a participant who wants to ask you guys a question. The question is, would any of you go to the moon?
No,
No.
Eric?
no reason.
What about Eric?
Eric, could you go to the moon?
I actually,
Nah, I want to stay with people because the only thing that matters is relations.
but I
You-
actually have a theory. Forget going to the moon. A few years back, because I'm claustrophobic, I have to admit that I am. I said to myself, it's right around when Michael Jackson died. I said, God, I said, what happens? I said, if I die, because we're all going to one day, I guess. I said, I sure as hell don't want to be put 6 feet under because I'm too claustrophobic for that, even though I'm dead. So I said, and I sure as hell don't want to be cremated either. So I said, so what is it that I can do? Maybe I'll have to have my friend take me to like the top of a mountain and just push me over the mountain and let my body catapult to the earth and break into a million pieces. And then I'd just be spread all over the mountaintop. That was my thought. And then it came to me. Bury me in space. I bought the website. I don't know if I'm gonna make a movie about this, but I wanted to hire someone to be my business partner. What I would charge like $20,000 to bury you in space. It was before Michael died. I was thinking Michael Jackson with the glove would be the first person. And the
Why
way
don't
you
they
get
just
buried,
catapult you up into space?
well, no, I'm saying
Yeah.
we just put you into a rocket.
Wow.
And basically what your memorial would be is the following. Just imagine that we have a camera down below and you see the rocket take off and all your friends gather around just like you're over at the funeral home, only the funeral home is the rocket. And they're right there. And you can get a picture of the friends and of the rocket. And the rocket's going straight up into outer space. And you bury this person for what they were known. Michael Jackson would be buried with a glove. Madonna would probably be buried with her tutu. So anyway, and what they're going to do is you see their body just floating in this rocket. And at the magic moment, the escape door would open and it would jettison that person's body into outer space. And then they just get buried there forever. And hence bury me in outer space. Now, I think that would be a great idea to get a bunch of rich people off the planet.
How is someone supposed to visit your tomb?
Huh?
How is someone who loves you and miss you is gonna go and visit your tomb and drop flowers?
You don't need to drop any flowers. You know, they could be forever in outer space and you get a video. You can turn the video on every time you miss the person.
That's a very, very entertaining concept.
Wow.
That's the closest I want to get to the moon, honestly.
Hey, bro, I unbottled a beer by accident that I didn't know was your brother's beer.
You still got those around?
And he still has it. He says he's had it for 3 years.
Man, what does that taste like?
I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
I'm
you gotta see yourself the replay on this one. I don't know. Answer was way
So
too
this
funny.
it's Rudy's birthday today. You remember, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so this is for Rudy.
There you go, Rudy.
3.5 years later.
Yeah, I went to the cemetery today, drop off some flowers.
Oh.
I was
Um,
telling I was telling Eric that that the years that Rudy lived, he lived, bro. Like I was like, man, because we're all talking about like not getting married. I'm like, man, Rudy lived like a full life. He got married twice. We haven't even got married. We haven't even dated. Like, what the heck? He was just like, come on, man.
he did get married though.
Yeah, bro. He got married a couple times. Like he lived more than we have, and the more time that we have. You know what I'm
He got
saying?
officially married twice.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He like lived life without like worrying about it. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, man? When you gotta get married, Nunzio and Cleto? You guys
Bro,
gotta get married.
I don't know, bro. That's what we're talking about. Like,
How come you haven't gotten married, Nunzio?
Oh, I don't know. Career, waiting for some hot senorita.
So, anyways, why'd you say you're not getting married yet, Cleto? What's going on?
oh no, I'm not saying none.
Yeah, but why? What was the why you haven't gotten married?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not putting that out there
What? What?
because, bro, that's personal, bro. That's between me and the Lord.
It's no longer being recorded.
Now, in the movie, you were just in a movie, right? You were in a movie, and you showed your buffness.
Yes, I'm currently playing the role as Sancho in Gritty Life, season 2.
Wow, man, you're.
So
You're
I
into
worked
something
out every day. I worked out 4 days a week from January through now. My back is so
Wow.
sore. I may not make it to the gym tomorrow because I felt like I laid over the top of the engine for a half a
Oh.
day on Friday. And I'm so sore. And I
Oh,
was like, well, and now I'm taking off the day.
wow.
It's not going to do me any good to lift weights when my back is sore as it is.
Wait, so
But yeah,
you
I
you
worked
were-
out this time. I've worked out before. I worked out before to be buff. And this time I worked out for definition. Because my character is a drug lord who does cocaine. So I wanted to have definition, but be cocaine skinny at the same time.
yeah, your
because-
body. Yeah, you look like you've been doing some coke.
So that was the effect that I wanted to have. So it was believable that I was a drug lord that did
Yeah.
his own drugs.
Yeah. So, why would you not want to get toned?
No, I wanted to be toned. That's what I did.
No, but like, Eric, why don't you show your muscles? Take off your shirt.
Excuse me?
Yeah, show your muscles.
What kind of podcast is this?
That's crazy, bro.
Well, okay. Well,
All
how
right,
about
that's okay. I'll
just
just
flex
go
your
ahead and show you
muscle?
my shoulder.
Yeah.
So I worked out to look
There you
like
go.
this.
See?
Wow.
And
Damn.
I'm not really even flexing the muscle. I just moved my arm up.
Well, how long did
So-
it take you to do that? To have that? To get it
7
to look
months.
like that?
But you know
That-
what? I
that's
used to
7
work
months?
out. Yeah, I used to work out a lot. And I worked out before the pandemic. During the pandemic, I would do push-ups. Like if I'm doing 50, 60, 70 push-ups a day or whatever I'm doing. And, just a lot of people didn't always go to a gym. So there's different things you can do to work out your body. But
What does the
But-
other one look like?
the other what? Arm?
Your other arm, does it look the same? Or
I don't know. Find out.
because it's not like the Quagmire. It's not the Quagmire workout, is it?
It's
So-
funny how it switches screens from
Left,
forehead to him.
right.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey,
And
look
then the
pretty good.
chest. Oh, what the fuck? I don't mind. I've been
That-
eating, but what the fuck?
That took you 7 months to look how you look right now. That's the 7
So-
months. Wow. What about your back? Flex your back. The top back. Okay,
Well,
but flex your muscles up. No, up. Yeah, there you go. Pull it. Pull it. Come on, Fred. Oh, wow. That's the 7 months right there.
Yeah.
Wow. What about you,
Yeah.
Eric?
So I mean, I have decent pecs. You can see right here.
Yeah. What was that 7 months ago? Nothing.
No, I still had muscles, but you know, the arms honestly would be probably flabby, or you know, they were a little bit flabby or something like that.
Oh, come on, friend.
That's flexing. That's good.
You
Yeah,
boast
well,
about this on Facebook. Show it right now.
Nah, I don't post on Facebook.
Oh wow. Well, you're not flexing. You're just kind of putting it out there. Come on, man. Show us the real deal. Show us the real gun.
That's flexing. That's it.
Show us the real gun, man.
That's it right there. See,
Okay. Well, what about the other one? Let's see both.
the other one's the same. I don't know what you want to see.
I know, but show like this. You know, like
Like Mr. Atlas,
yeah,
Captain America.
yeah. But take off the shirt, man.
Dude, what kind of? This is a weird Zoom call, man. I've never done a Zoom call like 181,
What's your height?
5'6".
Newsy, how much do you weigh?
Now I weigh like 139 and I'm 5'6". For real. Barefoot. Although I tell people
139.
I'm 5'8". Yeah.
Oh,
But you know, I also once weighed 159 to 169
Yeah.
when I was really, really working out. When I played Joe in Heaven Can Wait, I weighed.
wait, you were in the movie Heaven Can Wait?
No, I was in a theatrical production.
Oh, okay.
So I was in a car accident, got over the car accident, and I started working out. And I was bench pressing. So you can know now I'm just working out with like a 45 on each end of the bar. That's it. Back then I was working out and I would do 5 sets of 5 of 245 pounds. That was my bench workout. 5
Yeah.
sets of 5, 245. I could bench 300 pounds easy. And I never really tried to do more than 300. It was just, I could do that, but it wasn't really part of my workout. One day I was just fooling around and I did that. I could put a 45 on each end of the curl bar and curl it. So in that period, I had a 42-inch chest, a 32-inch waist. I was ripped to the bone. And I was somewhere between 159 when I was like really exercising and doing cardio. And when I didn't do cardio, I'd be 169. But I just realized it wasn't something I wanted to do all the time. I'd always injure myself. I'd always be pushing too hard to get bigger.
Hey, Nuzio.
So-
So do you think you want to look like Eric?
Like what?
Do you think you want to look like Eric, like how he
No.
looks now? No.
I've already looked like that. I already look like that. And it's like, okay, yeah, I did that. And I didn't compete because I wasn't on the juice. And I had friends that were on the juice. You know what that means, right?
Steroids?
And all my friends that were on the juice, the guy that trained me, he was like 7th in the US and he was natural, but he had to be on the juice at some point. He was just too big.
Are you on the juice, Eric?
I'm not. I'm 100% natural.
Right. I could tell that by looking at Eric. People on the juice look like this. Their cheekbones just do this.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
And they do that. And it's just like, it's so obvious that they're on the juice. And
You guys
you
want
want
to
to
see
know
my
what? I
chest?
like girls, and being on the juice isn't really good for relationships with girls. It just ain't sexually good.
You guys want to see my chest and my muscles?
Do you work out?
No, I'm just naturally muscled.
Okay.
I'm just naturally toned. We'll leave it for part 2.
Part
you
2
should,
coming up.
You should save that for when you interview Council Member Martinez. Save that for that day. That's special.
Do you want to see that I'm negative for COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, congrats.
Wait, C stands for COVID?
Control.
Oh,
T stands for test.
oh.
So
It's
yeah,
supposed to have 2 lines, right?
2 lines if you have COVID, 1 line if you don't.
Wait, that looks like it's faded.
Well, it's supposed to. The red's supposed to fade away.
Oh,
See,
that's just the red fading away. It's not
Yeah,
like
it
a
goes
line.
through it. Yeah, the red goes through it. And then when it fades away, it's pretty much told you the idea of what you are.
You guys want me to do a test right now?
No.
And see if I have COVID?
I only did it because I had a stomach ache.
Oh,
So I didn't really know what that was about.
I'm supposed
Because
to do,
some people get that when they're starting to get COVID, but I had COVID 3 weeks ago. So my doctor said I had amazing antibodies. So,
you heal quick.
yeah, I really healed very fast on this. Very
Yeah.
fast.
And you were the one that told me about that medicine.
Want me to show it to you? Did you get it?
Yeah.
Show it to us.
Does it look like this?
Yeah. I don't know what size you got, but this is mine. This is what mine. Yeah.
What is that
See, it
read?
looks like that,
300 milligrams? Yeah.
right?
Oh, you got that? Yeah. So
So this helped me tremendously. I mean, I know a lot of people that don't want to admit they have COVID. They don't want to go to a doctor. Why? Why, if we have the tool to make ourselves feel better faster, do we want to not feel good? So I'm
Well,
just saying,
I mean, well, this is really poison, right?
probably
I mean, everything's poison, obviously.
anything you put in your body is poison to something.
Yeah. But
But hopefully it's just contacting the correct part that needs to be killed.
Yeah.
Focusing only on that.
Yeah.
And it's an antiviral is what it is.
I only drank one.
You only took one?
I only took one.
Why?
I forgot.
Bothered you?
Huh?
It bothered you?
No, I just forgot.
Oh.
I was supposed to take it 5 days straight.
Right. You only took it for one day or
Yeah.
one pill?
Yeah, no,
One day.
one day. There's 3
Well,
pills.
when I took my first dose, I felt better in an hour. The second dose was even better. So
See, I should have done that.
how many times have you had COVID?
That I know of, twice.
Yeah, so I know I had it twice, that I was tested twice.
Same.
I once was tested in February and it said I had COVID, but there's no way, I don't have any symptoms, nothing. Went back the next day and I wasn't. So maybe I had it and I was completely asymptomatic in February, but the next day I didn't have it. So I'm beginning to think that this is more like, COVID was originally called the coronavirus, and colds are the coronavirus. Only COVID-19 was the name they gave it to it in 2019, to that version of the coronavirus. So they always said that colds could never be helped, but Paxlovid is an antiviral. So colds are viruses. So my thoughts, I'm not a scientist, not telling anybody else. I'm not a doctor, only play one on TV.
People are saying it's the equivalent to ivermectin.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I heard that ivermectin was like so unpopular and drug companies couldn't make any money on it. So it was rebranded as this drug.
But this
So, I
one is,
mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything one way or the other. It's just things that we've heard.
But
And I
ivermectin
would
was only
never
one
take
pill.
ivermectin because I was made for horses anyway. So I would never would have taken that because I don't know that I want to put anything in my body that hasn't really been tried by other human beings. So ivermectin, that wasn't for me.
Yeah. So the first time I got COVID, I took that.
Did it help?
And well, I don't know. But on the third day, I sounded like a horse.
Can you do Mr. Ed?
No, but then I smelled one. I smelled like one too. So
You smelled like a horse too.
So I
Maybe you had
stopped
horse
taking
hair around you. You sure that microphone doesn't have horse hair on it? Your right coat windjammer there?
Yeah, that's the one I got out of my back.
Right.
No.
All of a sudden you had so much hair on your body, you had shaved it off and you made a cover for the microphone.
Yeah, that's where it is. This is the hair from my
Right.
chest. So this, but ivermectin, it's only one pill. This one is 3.
Well, I could tell you what, that way they can charge us a little bit more money. So we can feel like we're actually getting something for the money that we're paying for, right?
Oh, I
So
actually
I
got
mean,
it
if
for
they only
free.
give you 1 pill, they give you 3 pills. You figure 3 pills for the same price is a deal.
Yeah, but they're
So you
giving
got
it
a
for
deal.
free. No,
Huh?
I got it for free. The pharmacy.
Yeah,
did
but
it.
they're charging your insurance company or whatever, or the government or whatever. They are charging for that. Don't
Well,
think by any means that Pfizer is giving this to anyone for free.
ivermectin cost me $150 some.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, yeah.
I have
And
friends that found that like in Beverly Hills
yeah, they
from a
only
doctor.
they gave me 10 pills. That's it. They asked me
You
to
took
take it.
one,
Huh?
yeah, and you got them from a doctor. You got it from the local feed store.
I got it.
Which one was it already?
I got it from a horse selling it on the alley, right by the alley by my house.
Okay,
There's a horse selling it. This
Right.
gigantic horse just selling ivermectin.
right.
He goes,
He's selling what he had left over. I don't need this. He goes, here, we sold it to you.
yeah. And he goes, and then he just walked away. I kid you not. They only asked me to drink it for 5 days, and then I'm like, oh, let me just take another one. So 6 days, and then a 6th day. I kid you not. My left eye, there was some pixelation. That's the best. That's the best thing I can. That's the best way I can describe it. I had this pixelation going on the left side of my ear.
So maybe you were having a reaction to it.
Oh, totally. But check that out. I will close my eyelids, and I can still see it. And I can still see it. Like see the pixelation. Because
The other thing I had was it tasted like my mouth would taste like metal afterwards.
The first ivermectin didn't taste like that. It tasted something else different. But this one, it does. Yeah. I started tasting all that metal about the hour and a half after I drank it.
Yeah. So I would just eat
Very
something
metal-ish.
over it. I would eat yogurt over it or drink coffee or something so I didn't have to taste it.
Yeah. But anyways, I probably should have kept on drinking it. I just kind of forgot about it.
Right.
But I'm feeling a little better, so we'll see how I do tomorrow. But tomorrow will be my 6th day. Anyways, what happened to Eric?
So out of curiosity, did I win anything for being 3 days off?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you just didn't choose. You didn't choose.
I get a choice. What are the choices?
Starbucks.
How much is on the gift card?
I don't know. I think it's either $15 or $500.
I doubt it's 500. Otherwise, that would be perfect. Okay, and what's on the Uber one?
Same
15 to 200.
You never know. It could be 250.
Yeah, do you know what? How about the Uber?
Well, I haven't gone through all of them yet.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Are you doing an
Well,
advertisement for all these different companies?
Nah,
Are
not
they going to
really.
Are they going to give the show a kickback?
I'm hoping that when this gets rebroadcast, some of them will look at it and I can tag them and they can be like, "Oh, hey,
Absolutely.
we want to give you money." Oh, you ready? That probably won't work for you.
Yeah, I get to go to free movies, so. And I love all the other ones. I'm just thinking, 25 at Panda. That's interesting.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. 25 hours.
And McDonald's. Okay, that's nice. Taco Bell. That's nice too. I love Taco Bell.
And that's it. So which one do you choose?
I would say I'd go with the Uber.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that the other ones that you still have left, you should save for your viewers.
Oh, these are just dummies.
What? They're not real?
No, they're real. They're real gift cards.
What do you mean when you say
Did you put any money on them?
Well, that's the question. That's what I'm saying. They're real gift cards. Now, whether there's money or not, I don't know. It just
Wow. Really?
This is why we should do this with the video turned on, because we could be a funny show.
Okay, I do not authorize the flexing part of my portion today to be televised and rebroadcast.
I, on the other hand, I'm happy. Do you want to show me any way you want to?
yeah, come on, Eric. What's going on? You're not confident about your body? Well, at least showing your buffness.
Just shirtless, but like not naked.
Okay, well, yeah. Anyway, so what you just show, it's very typical of you to show on Facebook. So why?
No, but I'm not out there flexing in like. Anyways, Just edit that part.
I think you'll be fine.
No, and then Cleto, I don't think Cleto knew he was being recorded. So there's parts of it that are like he's talking about his family, he's apologizing to you for not getting back to you, and then
That was before we started recording.
Yeah, that's right. That's before.
was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
All right. Well, hey, thank you both for joining and hanging out. And let's do this again next week.
Okay, what time?
Next week,
You said 7:30 on Monday?
I
or 7?
I start at 7.
7 o'clock. Okay, well,
Yeah.
just send me a text for the Zoom and I'll remember that next week.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have a
Oh, wait a
coach.
second. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm filming next Monday,
You are?
and I don't know that I'll be back. I'm in San Diego filming next Monday. That's the
Oh.
day.
What are you filming?
You know what I'm filming. I'm filming Goody Life.